the Free Palestinian protesters.
Yeah.
Love them.
They're doing a great job out there.
Love them.
In the streets. Blocking airport access for people who need to get...
Bridges. Oh, if I were in San Francisco traffic and I had to use the Golden Gate Bridge and you blocked it, I'd be having great thoughts about you. You could be there and saying, we love Jesus. We love Jesus. And by the time I got home, I think I might hate Jesus because of you. You know what I mean? I'm serious. It's the fastest way to turn me against you is to block me from going home.
Right. Like, I mean this sincerely. Has there ever been an example of this tactic working? Has any person in history ever been convinced by not being able to access the thing that they wanted to go to? Gosh, I was really pro-Israel, and then I got stuck in traffic for 8 hours, and now I love the Palestinian cause? Has that ever occurred?
No, but here's the good news. They are being arrested, and they're being immediately released.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
Because there's somebody who's stepping in to give them bail money and legal support. Guess who it is? Come on. Guess. Come on.
Kamala Harris.
No, that's too obvious.
Kamala was tweeting. Trying to bail out other criminals.
Yeah, I know, but not this time.
Thanks, Kamala.
Yeah. Come on.
More obvious?
Yeah, more obvious.
Oh, George Soros.
George Soros!
Hey, we figured it out.
George Soros is bailing people out. Now, who would have seen this coming? The protests, which took place in dozens of U.S. cities, including San Francisco, Chicago, New York City, Philadelphia, were organized by A15 Action, a newly formed group that worked to coordinate a multi-city economic blockade on April 15th in solidarity with Palestine. I forgot. You're blocking me from going home on tax day. That makes me even more favorable to your point of view. The group's website directs users to bail and legal defense fund hosted through Act Blue, the Democratic Party's online fundraising juggernaut. Those who donate to the fund, the Act Blue page said, are sending money to the Community Justice Exchange, which provides money, bail, court fees, and fines and other legal services to community-based organizations that contest the current operation and function of the criminal, legal, and immigration detention systems. Oh, my gosh. The exchange is the project of, come on, you got George Soros. Come on, who else is in there? What organization? Come on.
Open Society.
Oh, that's good. Okay. That's good. Think bigger.
Oh, gosh.
What did they start? The Tides Foundation. Yes, the Tides Foundation. It's a network funded by Soros and other liberal billionaires. The protesters who organized the global event under the title A15 targeted economic choke points with the express purpose of causing as much financial disruption as possible, according to their website. That's the kind of thing I really want to be involved with. I'm like, I go to websites and I'm like, I don't know. How can we inflict as much damage on this country fiscally as possible? And then I realize I've already done my part. I voted for people in Congress. And so really, that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
There's nobody that can do more damage than the people in the House and the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't protest. Anyway, the A15 protesters on Wall Street were photographed wearing Hamas bandanas and flying Hezbollah flags.
But they're just look, Glenn, they're
just for the people, the regular people.
It's a humanitarian cause.
Absolutely.
That happens to also.
What's wrong with the Hezbollah flag?
Right. Hamas, Hezbollah, they seem like wonderful people.
Mm-hmm. Banks located to the protest were vandalized with red spray paint and graffiti that read, "Funder of Genocide" and "Free Gaza." Those protesters later blocked the Brooklyn Bridge, which is one of my favorite bridges to block. It really is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I only like to get the Brooklyn Bridge. I like to sit in traffic on the Brooklyn Bridge for 12 to 15 hours. For climate-related purposes, not necessarily for Gaza. Yeah. I like the Verrazano Narrows Bridge for Gaza purposes.
I do really want to know those people who are gluing themselves to freeways and things, because whatever. I don't listen to you. I just look at you as a moron. So I don't really check into what you're protesting for.
I'm the opposite. I will absolutely oppose anything that you're doing. If you're free Gaza, I am going to. If I was pro-Palestinian, I think I would flip my viewpoint just based on the fact that I was sitting in traffic. I would be that annoyed.
I don't look because I never think it's anything that I'm for already.
It never is. It never is. There's never so like, more capitalism. That never happens.
It's not like, I'm gluing myself to the freeway because I like steaks. Nope, not happening.
You're right. That's true. And I don't think it's any secret of their success. Right? Like, the left does a lot of things strategically that I think are I don't want to say admirable, but like things that if conservatives could benefit from learning a little bit from at times, not necessarily, certainly not the ends. And some of their tactics are downright evil, but some of them are just smart, right? They're smart. They message things well at times. There's certain things that they do you could look at, but this is not one of those tactics I would want to keep up. I mean, I just don't. You're taking life and you're making it bad for the people you're trying to convince. Okay. This is the opposite of what you're supposed to do.
Let me just point out, how do you learn that lesson? When you've burnt cities to the ground.
Yeah.
And then everybody in the city's like, I support you.
I don't think they did, though. Did they? I mean, even in Minneapolis, the defund the police thing died on the vine. I mean, like, none of this stuff has worked. I don't think, like, there are certain parts of the movement, right, that have occurred. But even I think you can even look at those. Like, I don't remember anyone blocking streets for gay marriage.
No.
Right?
No,
like, I don't remember that. Like, people, they worked, they tried to persuade people over a long period of time and were successful generally.
It'd be really hard not to step on the gas. There, I saw a guy who was trapped by these people, and somebody had glued themselves to the freeway in, I don't know, Germany or something. Don't piss the Germans off, man. Don't do it.
Please,
especially
don't. For the rest of us.
If they're driving a Volkswagen, I mean, hello. But anyway, the guy was trying to get through, and these people were sitting there, and one of them was glued, and he just kept going, and they're like, "What are you doing? You're trying to kill us!" And he's like, "Nope, just trying to get through." And he did almost kill one of them, but he got through. And I didn't have a lot of sympathy for the people that were glued to the streets. And maybe that was just me, but I don't know how they expect this to work other than causing real damage, kind of like Occupy Wall Street. I don't know. Did it work? I contend it did.
You think Occupy Wall Street worked?
Uh-huh. Why'd they go away?
They kept raping each other all over the place. Lots of rapes.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons.
Lots of rapes, lots of bad things. But why did they just go away all of a sudden? Well, they had everything. They had the media on their side. They had Hollywood on their side. They had everybody on their side. Well, what happened? It's almost, now I'm going to go out on a limb here. It's almost as if the big banks and all of the big corporations all got together and said, look, just leave us alone. It's like me, I always joke. Somebody comes into my house, just leave me alone. You can do whatever you want to the wife and children. Just leave me alone. It's almost what they did, I think. Look, just leave us alone. Why did their funding of all of these things that BLM and the extreme left was all about, why did they start funding all of those things coincidentally just about the time that Occupy Wall Street left? Why? Leave us alone and we'll fund you. Leave us alone and we'll help you. I think that's what happened. So, when you say, well, gluing themselves to the streets, I don't know. Except they're blocking you now and not the big bankers. And I'm not sure you have anything that they want besides, everything of yours.